In this video, we're going to be comparing the Lewitt Connect 2 and the Connect 6 to help you decide which of these interfaces is best suited for your home studio. First, let's talk about the price. The Connect 2 currently retails for $199, while the Connect 6 retails for $299. In the box, you're going to get each respective interface, a USB-C cable, and USB-A connectivity. Moving on to the design, both interfaces have small form factors and they weigh less than 1 pound, which makes them extremely portable and easy to travel with. However, when comparing both, the Lewitt Connect 2 is definitely the smaller and more compact out of the two. Going over the specs and features, the Lewitt Connect 2 has all of its functionality with touch technology. On the front, it has one custom button which you can assign to do different shortcuts by using the software, your guitar and microphone selectors, a mute button, a button for your monitors and your headphones, direct monitoring, which will allow you to balance the sound coming from your inputs as well as your computer's internal audio. In the middle, you'll find the scroll wheel where you get to control both your volume and gain levels, and right in the center, you'll find auto setup. This is a game-changing feature, especially for beginners, because all you need to do is plug your microphone or your instrument, click on auto setup, and within less than 20 seconds, the interface is going to set all of the levels for you. It's going to make sure that the audio isn't too loud or too quiet. It's going to be set just right. This way, you don't need to worry about the technical side of recording and can just focus on creating. On the back, it has one microphone input, a high-Z instrument input for your guitar and bass. You can also connect up to one pair of studio monitors and your headphones, and a USB-C connection which does bus power this interface. Moving on to the Connect 6, on the front, it has two headphone outputs, one being 1/4 inch and the other 1/8 inch. It also has one knob which is going to allow you to control both your volume and gain levels, and by clicking on the knob you can switch between all of the functions of this interface. On the left side, it has LED indicators for channels 1 and 2, headphones 1 and 2, your studio monitors, a 48-volt switch, and your level meters. On the back, it has one computer connection which does bus power this interface. However, if your laptop isn't providing enough power, it does have its own dedicated power connection, a mobile connection, which is something that I haven't seen on any other interface. This is a great tool, especially if you're a content creator, because it's going to allow you to both import and export audio straight to your mobile device. You can also connect up to one pair of studio monitors and two XLR and line level inputs, which will allow you to record with two microphones. Both interfaces also come included with Lewitt's Control Center software, which you can download from their website, and depending on which device you use, the software will look a little different. When using the Connect 2, this is what it looks like. On the left, you'll find both of your input channels, each having its own independent gain knob, as well as the auto setup feature. They also include a high pass filter, which is going to help remove the low end of your recordings, a 48-volt switch for your condenser microphone, clip guard, which is going to prevent your audio from ever clipping or distorting, 3 EQ settings, a compressor, a denoiser, which is going to help remove background noise from your recordings, and a mute button. On the right, you'll find your output channels and direct monitoring, which will allow you to blend the signal coming from your inputs as well as your computer's internal audio. Also, by clicking on the gear icon, it will allow you to change the LED lights on the actual interface, and at the bottom, you get to assign the custom button to do different shortcuts. When using the Connect 6, this is what Control Center looks like. It includes all of the functionality of the Connect 2. Also, it's going to give you some additional features like the polarity switch in case you're having phasing issues. It also includes a maximizer which acts as a limiter, and with this version you're going to get much more control of all of your effects because you do get to change each individual setting and even save them as a preset. In addition, you'll give you the ability to create custom headphone mixes, which is very useful, especially if you plan to have someone else in your studio. Moving on, let me show you how easy it is to get started recording with the auto setup feature. First, plug your microphone or your instrument into your Lewitt interface, then open up the Control Center software and click on auto setup. Next, we're just going to follow the prompts. I'm using a condenser microphone. I want to leave the high pass filter turned off. And now I'm going to talk for 10 seconds so you can set a good level for my voice. For the EQ, I'm going to leave it in the clean setting. I also want to add a bit of compression. And if you're working in a very noisy environment, go ahead and engage the denoiser. I'm just going to be quiet for a few seconds so we can measure the room noise. And to prevent the audio from clipping, I'm going to leave the clip guard turned on, and there it is. It's that simple. Moving on, let's do some audio tests so you can hear both interfaces in action. You're listening to the Lewitt Ray microphone being plugged into the Lewitt Connect 2 audio interface without any post-processing, and this is what kind of sound quality you can expect out of this setup. Now you're listening to the Lewitt Ray being plugged into the Lewitt Connect 6 audio interface without any processing, and this is what it sounds like. Going back to the Lewitt Connect 2, but this time I'm recording with the auto setup feature, which has added a bit of compression, denoising, and the clip guard, and this is what the processed audio sounds like. Switching over to the Lewitt Connect 6, now I'm recording with the auto setup feature, which has engaged all of the DSP plugins, and this is what kind of sound quality you can expect out of the processed audio. Moving on to a dynamic microphone, this time you're listening to the Shure SM7DB, which is the new version of the SM7B being plugged into the Lewitt Connect 2, and this is what it sounds like without any processing. This time you're listening to the Shure SM7DB being plugged into the Connect 6, once again no processing, and this is what it sounds like straight out of the box. Going back to the Lewitt Connect 2 with the auto setup feature turned on, and this is what the SM7DB sounds like. Switching over to the Lewitt Connect 6 with the auto setup feature turned on, and this is what the SM7DB sounds like with all of the DSP plugins engaged. Something's got a hold of me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know? So what are my overall thoughts and who would I recommend each interface to? Before I share them with you, let me know in the comment section which one did you prefer and why. Also, if you enjoy reviews like this one, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. First, I just want to say that I got great results recording with both interfaces, and when we're talking about strictly sound quality, I really couldn't tell a difference between the preamps. So it's not like if you pay more money, you're gonna get better sound. I think at the end of the day, it's really gonna come down to your specific needs. If you're a solo creator, meaning you're only planning to record yourself, maybe you're an independent artist or a voice actor, or you just have a solo podcast and you don't need more than one microphone input, then the Lewitt Connect 2 is the better choice. Reason being, you're gonna get all of the functionality you need to get started recording, and for that $100 price difference, not only will you get the interface, you can also invest in another piece of gear for your studio. In addition, it's the better choice if you're a guitarist or bass player planning to record with amp simulations because of its high Z instrument input. This just means you're gonna get much more detail in the sound, especially in the high frequencies, and you're not gonna have to buy an external DI box or be obligated to mic and amplifier, which is great because a lot of people are trying to record in apartments and it's not like we can crank up an amp anyway. Also, I do prefer the overall design on this interface and how you have all of its functionality on the front with each individual button, unlike the Connect 6 where you need to click on the knob to switch between functions. So in my opinion, it just gives you a much easier workflow. However, if you plan to have guests over at your studio and you need to mic multiple audio sources, maybe you're in a podcast or maybe you're in a band and you need to mic multiple instruments at once, then the Connect 6 is the clear choice thanks to its dual XLR inputs. In In addition, Connect 6 is the better choice if you're somebody creating content from your phone. Because of its mobile connection, it's going to let you streamline your workflow by both importing and exporting audio straight to your mobile device. Also, if you have more experience and you want to have more control of all of your effects, then the Connect 6 will be the better choice, because when paired with Control Center, it will let you change each individual setting of every plugin and even save them as your own presets. If you want to buy one of these interfaces, the links are down in the description below. And if you want to check out the perfect microphone to pair with those interfaces, then make sure to click on this video.